You know who I am. You know where to find me. Let's get into it. So, this topic has a lot of relevancy, especially now because we had an event recently that demonstrates exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been on social media since 2009. And for the purposes of this video, social media is anything from the old days MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, TikTok, etc. Even Reddit. Anything where you can go and have a conversation with other people that can be as close as next door or as far away as the other side of the world is, for the purposes of this video, social media. Am I going to include chats like Discord and whatnot? Yeah, for the purposes of this video, yes, I am. So here's the thing. For years, we have been immersed in this culture inside a culture where we go and we express ourselves, we say what we feel, we give our opinions, and people don't like that. Some people just don't like that. And I don't know, I don't want to say that this is a thing that has to do with generations because it has more to do with how you were raised or who raised you in some instances. How were you educated? And it's not about public versus private, it's about getting an education at all. Your entire life until the moment you hit the keyboard has an impact on what you say on the keyboards. We have come to a point where we've normalized really bad behavior, and I'm going to give you the only example I can give you: doxing and death threats. Now, for those of you who don't know, recently the wife of a politician started getting threats on her phone because they found her phone. And let me clear something up for those of you who don't know. Is your private information probably a Google stroke away? More than likely. Does that mean that you have the right to take that information from somebody else, not yours obviously, and post it all over social media? No. And if you're posting it so that other people will attack that person, no. Because at that point it becomes harassment, and we don't have laws for doxing in the United States, but we definitely have laws for harassment. Other countries have been smart enough to just create laws about doxing, and doxing is not allowed. But let's get to the point. The point is that the wife of the politician starts getting phone calls with messages, horrible messages I may add, where she's been threatened. And the response from another politician from the same political party: oh, we all get them. We have normalized threats to our lives on social media and doxing. No. I don't know who raised you, or how you were raised, or what circumstances put you in this position that you are right now, but it is never okay to use any personal identifiable information about a person, especially if the purpose of publishing that information is for other people to come and harass them. And I'm going to tell you why. There have been instances where people who are not very intelligent, for lack of a better word, have taken that information and have taken steps to eliminate people that don't agree with them. And that's an issue. We have people, and before you start going, oh, this is about shootings, no, it isn't. There have been people that have grabbed their car, gotten on the street, and ran through a busy street hurting people for no other reason that those people don't agree with their beliefs. We have entire churches that are training their constituents or their parishioners or whatever you want to call them because there's a war coming. And they don't care if people get hurt if those people don't align with them. But here's the trick. We don't agree on everything. I don't care who you are and who you're married to or who you're in relationship with. We don't agree on everything. I hate mayo. I'm not a big fan of mayo. Hubby loves mayo. I cannot stand arroz con andule. I just met a Puerto Rican that doesn't like pork. I don't think I've ever met a Puerto Rican that doesn't like pork. My sister hates chocolate and I'm a chocoholic. Now we agree on important things, but we disagree on things. And by the way, for some people, pineapple on pizza is a big issue and a deal breaker. For others, it is not. Or whether you like dark chocolate versus regular chocolate versus the not real chocolate, white chocolate. Those are issues that turn into complete battles for no other reason than people feel like they are immune when they're on the internet. And the reality is that you're not immune. Unfortunately, we have normalized bad behavior on social media. But it goes beyond that. Because we have gotten to a place in society right now where if you don't agree with me, instead of agree to disagree and move on, you want to end me because you don't agree with me. I don't know what planet you thought. It's really funny because every generation always says that the generation after them is losing their humanity, but I'm actually seeing it on real time. And unfortunately, it's not even the generation after me. It's my generation and the generation before me, the ones that are showing the worst traits. I understand that we all want to be in social media and that the end goal for every single person in humanity is to be heard. When did it become to be heard and for you to submit to whatever the person is saying? I really don't know, and I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you this. One of the things that is happening to me right now is that I go to social media less and less and less. As much as I love the friends that I have made on social media, there is a very toxic component of certain mediums specifically. Yes, I'm talking about Twitter. Where people think it's okay to be the most obnoxious, horrible human beings on earth, and that either you agree with them on everything or you mean nothing. We have wars going on in this planet right now because adult babies are making decisions for the rest of us. And in the process hurting people like you and me, and they don't get hurt. Think about that. We have people that disagree politically in this country. And the funny thing is that if you actually get down to what's really bothering them, pretty much the same things. We want to have a job that we can actually rely on. We want to have an income that is enough to cover all of our bills and maybe a couple of nights out a month. We all want to be able to afford our own house, our own car, or an apartment, doesn't matter, and either car or public transportation. At this particular point in history, public transportation is almost as expensive, if not more, than a car payment. Make that make sense. It used to be that you could get a bus for 25 cents a day, which is what? $1.50, no, $1.25 a week. Which means, and you only needed one, $1.25 a week times 4 months, 4 weeks on the average month, that is what, $6? If you need to transfer maybe $10 a week, so that's, $10 a month, maybe 20. Let's go all the way out and say 30 because you're included a subway and whatnot. $30 a month. I just did the calculation for how much it would cost me to have a monthly pass for someone that I actually take to the train station and pick them up. So I'm spending gas going and getting them. And it was $160 something. I can pay a car with $200 and just let them go and come back. And you might be wondering, well, $200 is not $160. It's close enough. And that's the point. Because when you add up all the gas I spend taking them there and coming them here, it's pretty much $200. I can get an SUV right now. I use one, mind you, but an SUV for $250 a month. $250 a month. If 2 people in this house have to take the train or the bus, I already made up that money. We have real issues in this country. We have people that don't understand that kids are going to school without having breakfast or dinner, and the only meal they have a day is the lunch that they get at school, or sometimes breakfast and lunch. That's all the meals they get. So that means that on weekends, they don't have food. And more importantly, on hiatus like Christmas vacation and summer vacation, unless they're on summer school, they don't get any food. And people complain about that. We have people that have spent years paying their student loans, have pretty much paid double, triple their student loans already. And when you ask them how much they owe on their student loan, they still owe time and a half what they borrowed originally. Make that make sense. We have people who take the bus every day, and because the bus system is not reliable, they are late for work all the time. And instead of having companies that actually understand what's going on and have a heart, they get fired because they're not reliable, when in reality the bus system is not reliable. We have people who join the military because they can't find a job, not because they want to serve their country, but because they cannot find a job. We have people that have been looking for a job for 18 months, 24 months. And then we have people who have jobs and are being forced to leave their house to go and work back in a call center or an office facility full of people who are sick, because we're at that time of the year. And then they get punished because they missed a day of work because they're sick. Those are issues that affect every single American in this country, except for millionaires, obviously. And what you'll have to figure out, because I already did, is that, yeah, neither political party is going to help you. You have to help yourself. You have to join together with other people that are like-minded like you and start making change happen. That's the only way you're going to get something out of anything going on. But the sad part is that you had a smooth operator come and tell you everything you wanted to hear, and now you're radicalized to a point where if somebody says something that doesn't agree with you, you'll punch them in the face. And we've normalized that. Like the politician told the other politician's wife, we all get them. First of all, whataboutism has become an okay excuse to give to people. I'm sorry, no. I don't care what is happening to you. Why is she getting threats? The other thing is that the politician was very specific that he and his fellow politicians were getting death threats. Why is it okay for the wife to be getting them, though? And then for the person that is actually making the threats, why do you think it's okay to call somebody that you don't know and leave all kinds of nasty messages for this person who at the end of the day has absolutely no control over what their spouse does? Because let me be very clear to you. I don't care if you're a traditional wife, a liberal wife, whatever you are. Or a husband. I don't care if you're a woman married to a woman married to a man married to a man, or anything in between. You, at the end of the day, have absolutely no control over what your spouse does. You can think you do, or they can make you believe you do, but you don't. So why are you threatening this person again? And the sad part is that because on social media we see people threatening everybody else and doxing everybody else, we think that is okay. And it's not. I don't know how else to say it. Stop doing it. It's not worth it. And if you don't believe me, that people are so... And by the way, this doesn't mean that you cannot be passionate about your beliefs. Of course you can. I don't have a problem with you being passionate about your beliefs. What I have a problem with is you thinking that because you believe something, everybody else has to believe the same thing. I don't sit here making videos thinking that people have to believe what I believe. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I haven't been a practicing Catholic in over 15 years. Does that mean that I think everybody should leave the Catholic Church? No. Because it isn't about the church, it's about what you get when you're in church. And I don't get anything when I go to church. And I used to, which is why I went. But now, a little wiser, a little long on the tooth, and all of a sudden, everything that I've been told kind of sort of sounds like baloney. You start questioning things and you decide that you don't want to go to the church. But there's people that actually get something, get certain sort of fulfillment from being in church. So why would I try to ruin that for them? Let them go to church. Let them go to whatever church they want to go. But keep in mind that the same way I don't want to force or impose my view on you, you better not try to impose your view on me. Because it's not going to work. And you should respect my right to believe what I believe just the same way that I respect your right to believe what you believe. That is exactly what agree to disagree means. And it's unfortunate that some people think that that's a dog whistle or is gaslighting, but we're going to get into that on another episode. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I just saw the thread in the answer from the guy and I was just furious. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Bye.